Thank you, Troy Parks. Thank you, sweetie. I'll be right with you. Hello, 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 hello. I hope everyone is doing well today. Hope everyone is doing well today. If y'all could smash that like button for me, even if you just peeking in. I know I ain't in here talking shit about nobody today, but you can still smash that like button though. You can smash that like button for me. Chances are I'll be back a little later. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get into this show. For those that want to catch the replay, you are welcome to. Troy Parks, I hope you are doing really, really well. Trick Shot, welcome in. I hope you're doing well too. All right, I have been promising to do this review for like 3 days now. I went ahead and, hey, Nook the Book, thank you for smashing that like button for me. I have been promising Ro Baby I would do this review for like 3 or 4 days now. I went ahead and watched the movie again last night, in case I had missed some things or whatever. For starters, I want to say shout out to Tyler Perry. I love the cast. Shout out to Tiana Taylor, Taraji P, Sherry Shepard. It was a lot of great faces in the movie. 12K is in the building. Cheryl Hawkins is in the building. Welcome in. It was a great cast. Um, I've got some great feedback and I've got some not so great feedback. This is a 3-part live because after I'm done reviewing this, I'm actually, well, I might save it for, nah, today Friday, ain't it? Yeah. I'm probably going to have to mix this live up because after I review this straw, I have a couple of comments that I need to make on the unalivings of the YouTubers. So I'm gonna kind of blend it all together, you know what I'm saying? And I also have a few comments to make on Kevin Wesley finding God again. So this is gonna be a 3-part series. So catch me if you can. Cousin is in the building. Shout out. Nateria, shout out. Nateria, I think I'm with you on that. I think I'm with you on that, Nateria. And let's talk about it. Now, if you're unaware or whatnot, if you don't plan on watching a movie but want to hear about it anyway, you are in the right place, okay? Basically, this movie is about a single mother who, by the way, spoiler alert. So, also, if you haven't watched the movie, you probably don't want to be in this live right now. However, spoiler alerts. Yes. It was like the John Q woman version or whatever. In a way, you know what I'm saying? Because though John Q was based on trying to get help specifically for the son, Taraji character seemed to have went through a lot of shit. Okay, in this movie, Taraji has a daughter, right? Now, we do not find out to the end that the daughter was already deceased, okay? We did not know till the end of the movie that the daughter had passed away the night before, and a lot of things that she was experiencing, in my eyes, was like a defense mechanism against accepting the fact that her child was no longer here. So it seems like the next day after her child had passed, she went through her regular rigmarole, her regular daily schedule, dropping her child off. She had put a block in her head to where when she woke up the next morning, it's almost like she had blocked out the fact that she had lost her daughter. And so these chain of events began to happen. Hey, news, welcome in. We hope you are doing well today. Welcome in, welcome in. A chain of events has started happening. I'm going to give you the list of things that start happening to Taraji, right? One, she was fired from her job. Okay. Her child was supposedly taken by CPS, which I think was again a defense mechanism because her child never got taken by CPS because her child was no longer here. And this is why you will see throughout the movie people looking at her very strangely because they knew her child had already passed, but she wasn't accepting that clearly. Um, so she was fired. They wrote in that her child had been taken by CPS. Um, her boss wouldn't give her her paycheck after she was fired, and she needed it to pay her rent that day. She couldn't pay her rent, so the lady put all her stuff out in the rain. Um, she got bullied by a cop who threatened to take her life. She didn't have an ID to cash her check and ended up pulling a gun out on a bank teller just to get her check cash, but not to rob the bank. Okay. Her boss accused her of setting up the store, which got robbed, which ended with the boss being shot, one of the robbers being shot. So she ended up killing two people. Um, and they also thought her kid's science project was a bomb. Okay. Her car was repoed. She went through a whole lot in one day, you know? The thing that kind of threw me off was what are the chances that someone would have a day like this is kind of slim to none. We've all had a fucked up day before, but this here was kind of like overkill. Like, every single part of her day went wrong. It was a little overkill for me. Um, So basically, yeah, she just goes through a lot of rigmarole throughout her day, starting with, going to work and you know what I'm saying? She got a beer thrown at her while she was at work. It was just a lot. Okay. Anything you can imagine happening to somebody in a day's time, it happened. And I don't want to give all of everything. I don't want to really sit here and like do a play by play of it because some of you may watch it again or watch it for the first time. But my favorite line in the movie was people don't know how expensive it is to be broke. That was one of my favorite lines in the movie. People don't know how expensive it is to be broke. Shout out to that line. Also, Tiana Taylor. I think Tiana did a great, stellar performance. However, I did not like the wig choice. Tyler Perry, we gonna need you to get better stylists. I've been going through this with you ever since Sisters. um your hair team sucks, okay? um it just was not very befitting of her face, to me. Tiana has very strong features. I think personally that it would have went well just giving her regular badass short haircut. You know what I'm saying? It would have fit right in with her being a detective or a police officer or whatever. I did not like that kind of Caucasian styled wig they put on her. It was just too much hair. It was just, how when a person is doing something different, right? We're used to Tiana and her fabulous short cuts. But sometimes in these movies, they try to take you so far out of what you normally would wear that it kind of, you end up dropping the ball a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Personally, she would have did fine in that role with her short, fabulous hairstyles. You know what I'm saying? I think that wig was straight overkill. Also, for a few bloopers, nowhere is a cop gonna literally tell a person, if I see you somewhere, anywhere, I'm going to find a way to legally blow your brains out. This was said in front of another cop who said nothing. Okay. I did not like either one of those cops. The woman cop was a bitch, as far as a pussy. The male cop was just I hate to pull it, but he was a little erratic. He was very overkill. Like, you know what I'm saying? You as a cop, you may pull that person over, and if they kind of make traffic swerve or get out of line or whatever, now you may pull them over for reckless driving or something like that. But you're not gonna just run a citizen off of the road, ding their car, blame them for it, then run up on them and say, I'm going to find a way to blow your brains out legally. That's just something that really would not, you know, especially in front of another cop, especially with body cams and things. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me was a step overboard. Also, the boss, the colonel from a different world. You know what I'm saying? We love the colonel. But I don't know too many people that is going to work under somebody that's cussing at them like that, and like he was also overkill. You know what I'm saying? Because even a boss or a store manager could get in trouble for verbally abusing their own employees, okay? Hey, I am Glenn. Hey to anybody that stepped in. If I missed you, welcome in. Hey, Mama Three, welcome in, loves. So I found that to be certainly overkill. Let me see. Yes, the way that he was speaking to her and cussing at her and all of that stuff was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. And if you know that somebody got to go to their child's school or whatever, like, come on. She's already telling you she's not going to be able to do it in 30 minutes. The man said, be back here in 30 minutes. She's like, there's no way I can go to my kid's school, see what's wrong, and be back here in 30 minutes. So you're kind of setting her up for failure. It's like, go, but I'm going to let you go because I know you can't get back here in 30 minutes. And I'm just going to use this as a way to fire your ass, even though your child should always be more important than your job. So, what is a woman to do? What is a woman to do? What is a woman to do? Absolutely, I am Glenn. And that's exactly what she should have done. And she didn't. She just told him, go ahead, I handle it. I handle it. But yeah, some of those things that happened was a little bit way too overkill for me. I also didn't like the bank teller, whatever her name is, last name Monique. I also didn't like her character at all. She was a little bit too, the whole time you just wanted to tell her to shut up and sit down somewhere. So I wasn't a big fan of the bank teller one or two. Um, I also thought that it was a little bit crazy for one of the bank tellers to start uh going live during the bank robbery. The fact that she took a chance to even set that up, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, I guess most people would do it. Today is the age of record, record, record. But to take a chance when this could be a crazy lady, that's a little bit that's a little bit weird, you know? So, though I thought that the movie was worth a watch, I do think that this is kind of way too much for one person to have experienced in one day. I think that was like just overkill. I also think the erratic behaviors that they had Taraji going through, like, she crying, why is she, that was kind of a little bit also too much for me, you know? It was a little bit much, it was a lot of weird emotions, and I don't know, it was a bit much. So in my short conclusion, did I like the movie? Sure. Do I think it was something that I will remember for years to come? No. I'll probably forget about this movie. I was crying though watching the movie, and that's something crazy. I heard. Listen, I am Glenn. Believe it or not, I have heard men. Hell, even brother Callie said he got a little teary eye behind this. I've heard men and women say that they were, they had some moments of like crying and stuff like that. But I didn't get that. And I'm a crier too. Like when it comes to a movie, an emotional movie. But I think most of the time where other people was crying, I think my ass was kind of giggling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Moments that was meant to make you. I think the only part where I was like, damn, um, it was a little bit of a tearjerker when they started showing her reality, when they start showing what was really going on outside of her mind, when they showed her dropping her kid off at school and the kid was not in the car and the teacher was looking at her like, what are you even doing here? Seeing her at the end when they showed the moments of her day in reality, that was a bit of a tearjerker. um, let me see. Yeah, that was a bit of a tearjerker, but outside of that, it was too. I was like, it's TV, so no tears. Look, the book, you so funny. Yeah, I didn't get the tearjerker experience. I got, damn, that's fucked up, or you know, ouch, or you know what I'm saying. Like I had moments of, damn, I hate she going through all this, but it was so overkill for me. I couldn't develop proper emotions behind it. It just didn't seem logical. Didn't seem logical at all. So, you know, um, and I'm a empathetic person. You know what I mean? But I just didn't get I wasn't able to grasp the tearjerker moment until the end. Now, that's really all I have for that movie. She went through a lot of shit. She blocked out the fact her daughter had died the night before. Went through a lot. Um, it was one of those moments where a person doesn't really deserve to have went through what they went through. I do believe that we can look forward to a straw two. I think we will get another movie out of this. I do think it ended where we could see it coming back and showing us how she's dealing with her reality, um, with her daughter being gone, things of that nature. Oh yeah, I'm sure you have, Miss Glenn. I'm sure you have. And I've seen actual similar situations occur. Um, just not in a sense it makes me feel overkill though. Like some moments, all of that stuff could happen to somebody, but it's just certain things I couldn't grasp. That officer was just way too angry. He was way too angry. Oh, Ro baby. You Ro baby, I am just wrapping up my short review to this movie. I hope you catch the replay because I really did this for you. I really did this because I love me some you, okay? But yeah, that's about all that I really got out of it. It's a little it was what it was. It was what it was. Um it's worth a watch, but like I said, it's one of those movies that I'll probably forget that it ever existed. Like 3 months from now, I'll probably forget that it even existed. I wanted to take the kids from abusive family when I made scenes. Annette Truth in the City. Hey, Truth in the City. Hey to all my family coming in. Love y'all. All right, my next order of business. Three-part live, folks. My next order of business is, matter of fact, I'm actually gonna hang this live up, y'all, and I'm coming right back on. So I'm gonna leave this live where it is, and I'm coming right back on. I'm gonna restart a new live, okay? Because I don't even want to mix things up. So my next live will be on Old Buddy and also these unalived YouTubers. So I'm gonna hang this live up so I can just keep it about the straw review, and then I'm coming back right now. So we're gonna hang this one up, and I'm coming right back on. Love y'all.